All right. Hi guys, I'm Katie Room.
I'm David Room.
And today we are going to be working on our Eldorado Fortress Lego set. We did a live stream on this, it's got to be many moons ago.
A couple weeks ago.
Gonna get back into it a little bit here. We're only on bag number 2. The first bag, we were able to build this nice little ship plus rowboat. So
it was a big bag.
It was a big bag.
I think it had multiple bags inside of it, or it might have even been.
I think it had 3 bags.
Yeah.
I remember I opened the bags and then we started building and I couldn't find the pieces that I was needing. Then went rummaging through the box and found another bag that with the number 1. So today we'll be starting the actual fortress itself. Bags 2 through 4 will give us this little ramp and dock part. It'll be fun.
And we'll probably just do a couple bags tonight because we got so many things to do. So, yep. This is also a very big bag. And the size of those bricks.
Yeah.
I'm tired, babe. I'm worn out.
Me too. We had kind of a long week. Roddy is not rich says, "What's up?"
Is that somebody that you know?
Not that I recognize offhand.
Cool.
Welcome. Well, let us know if you enjoy Legos and what was the last set that you built. Looks like he might just be streaming.
Oh yeah. There he goes.
Would you like to start?
No.
Okay.
You go ahead. You've got it.
Sounds good.
You got rid of our one viewer.
I'm sorry.
Maybe he just had a defective keyboard. Ever think of that?
No, I didn't. I didn't consider that at all. Make sure I'm doing this where you guys can see me.
Things are looking really washed out.
Yeah.
We gotta do a audio video test again because this isn't right.
Yeah. I wonder how we can fix that.
You want to bring up your just as long as we don't have too many people here, you want to bring up your settings quick and we'll try to fix it. Yeah, it's extremely washed out. We don't have lights or anything aimed at us, so.
Right. Yeah. There's no reason that it should be like that.
It's even worse if I aim the light on it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's opening right now. Oh, I'm sorry. color and image.
Yeah. Turn the HDR off for starters. That's not going to fix it completely, but
Okay.
for starters. Now go back there. Let's try to try bringing down the brightness. A little bit more.
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not doing it. You gotta you'll see it do it instantly. You just gotta make changes until you see something happening.
Okay. That's as far down as it goes.
Okay, something's really screwed up. Oh. You know, maybe it is StreamYard that's goofing things up. Because it says another application is using your camera. If you bring it back up. Huh? No, it is.
Yeah, I can make it more washed out.
Yeah, bring it down quite a bit. Okay, yeah, I think that's...
Oh, thank you, sir.
We're still clipping for no reason. Turn auto white balance back on. Like that, there, that looks better. Can you just bring that program back up?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Auto white balance?
Yeah, turn it back on. Man, your computer's really struggling.
Yeah, Windows Update or whatever is running in the background.
Oh, geez.
Again.
Okay, I think you could bring the brightness back up a little bit now.
Okay.
And can you turn auto white balance on?
I tried.
You just gotta watch until it actually does it. Now bring the brightness back up. There, that looks better.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not clipping.
Oh.
It's gonna be a long night. Probably shouldn't try to use your computer for this while Windows Update is running. I don't think it can really handle it too well.
Well, it wasn't running when I first set up, so
I gotta look at it so that Windows Update doesn't run automatically.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be doing that. Should only run when you tell it to. So
oops.
I'll have to fix that.
Okay. So I did a spread.
Okay.
So trying to think if there's anything going on to talk about, but I feel like the Twitter discourse has kind of been dominated by current events.
It's been a really bad couple of weeks. Honestly, yeah. I really like Twitter, but the last couple of weeks have been so bad it's made me just think about taking a break because there's just really not much of the kind of thing that I enjoy anymore. And generally I'm pretty happy with what I see in my feed, and I've been able to tune my feeds to show me what I want, and it just hasn't been doing it lately.
Yeah,
So
mine either.
I think we've still gotten pretty good engagement on the stuff that we post, but there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot worth interacting with.
Yeah.
Lately. It's kind of frustrating. Yeah, I think we got to leave auto white balance on.
Yeah.
In the future. It's like there's still some kind of automatic brightness control that's happening, but the white balance is really off. So there's a hidden letter here in this stuff.
Oh, a hidden letter. Fun. I like details like that.
Where's there it is. So this goes in here. This goes in here. This.
Hey, it's Doug Wise. Thank you for coming.
Our only other viewer was a
bot.
An evil robot.
Evil robot.
All right, so I think that does this second page. So there's a big structure here. A lot of stuff going on.
Nice.
These are interesting pieces. I don't think I've seen this before.
I've seen it a couple of times with newer sets. I don't really know its exact purpose. I always just use it for random things like why, what? Okay, I guess. Right. Okay. My turn again. I see. Okay. Just looked a little funny in the picture. Nope, it's because I did it wrong.
Whoops.
Doug Wise says, assuming I'm not imagining it, and it's a color artifact or something, that very light sky blue seems like an update to the color scheme.
It is a pretty light blue.
Yeah,
It's not like your typical dark blue water. It's a light. It's
Yeah.
very pale blue.
I don't have any notes in here about it. But it is. It's very pretty.
Yeah, the classic Lego blue is more of a dark blue. I think the Pirates of Barracuda Bay used pretty light blue for the water as well.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it didn't stand out to me as different. But I keep hearing that letter shake around. So I really like how in some of these bigger build sets that we've done, they incorporate the like structure part in with the rocks or the landscape. So you can see this black stuff is built right in. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah. It's a very complex build here.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. Did you goof it up again?
Well, I'm maybe if there's supposed to be an overhang, then no, I haven't goofed it up. There's supposed to be an overhang. We're okay. Okay, back to you, my love.
There's not much pattern to all this. It's very very dry.
You like a lot of pattern?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
What do you need, honey?
Yeah. We're adding the second Man, I'm struggling tonight, babe.
You made me yawn. Oh.
We might have to call it just after the first bag here. Although there's a lot. This is a very big bag.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a $20 or $30 Lego set. Here,
just in this bag.
This bag. Okay.
Oh, that's not it. Mhm. Oh, there you are. Make sure I do this where you guys can see. Energy Matrix 6. Evening, David and Katie. Hi. Thank you for coming. We are having a quiet evening. We're both kind of tired. So
Let's see here. Let's do this a little bit. Oh.
you'd know me off Twitter as Jared. I say hi occasionally.
Okay.
Modern Apocrypha.
Jeez. This is a pretty challenging
Yes.
build. There's a lot of really similar looking pieces here that are kind of put together. Let's see here. Let's see. I think that's second. There's another one of these in here. Okay. And then here we've got a lot of rocks here. A lot of rocks. Mm.
Do you do any Lego building, Jared? I don't know if I've asked you that before. If you've been here for one of our Lego streams.
Okay, I gotta put another one on. All these little tiny edges. Okay. There you go. So we're basically just building this kind of L-shaped piece that's going to be built up with rocks on both sides. So he says that Jared says he built massive stuff like spaceships.
Nice.
Now it's his kids. Doug Wise is wondering where this section goes. So somewhere in here is, okay, I see. So it's like, I think, oh yeah, so this is, I think, is this dock at the end. So I think we're building up this will be where the ramp goes up right here. And the tower in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually I think the tower is going to be here and the ramp will go up on a separate piece next to it. Look how wide this is.
No, but see, like there's just there's a 4 and then there's a 2 and then there's those 2. So this is the front right here.
Right. And then here's this gray part. And then this here would be this corner.
So yeah, so I meant, when I said tower, I meant this.
Yes.
Yep. So that's going to be right here.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you meant like in here.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
Okay.
Too. But this is definitely this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is front of the set right there.
Yeah. So, Doug, we think that the ramp itself is going to be more like here-ish. Yeah, right to the right of the ramp. Yeah. Oops, and I lost my spot. Okay. We're using a lot of these pieces. This little sloped corner.
Now you've done it.
I haven't done it yet. All right. Well, I'm just going right around the corner with this. All right. Back to you.
Okay. Yep, now we're just kind of solidifying things. And here's this coming out like this. no, that one does go right across there. Yep.
Cool.
It's starting to get a little bit more satisfying now. Just a little bit.
I like this kind of set. This kind of part of the set.
It's fun in its own way. I guess I kind of like when it gets more into building things that you can see what they are.
Sure.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right, Doug. There's a lot of things going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect people are just kind of frazzled by that and don't have a lot to say about anything else.
Right. That's taking up a lot of brain power or brain space. Ruminating on other topics isn't really.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jared says, when I build stuff now, it's usually in video games.
Nice.
Nice. Current project using Factorio.
I've heard really good things about Factorio. I've never played it myself though. It's like a factory building game.
Oh, okay.
It's like a very hardcore strategy
Fun
game. I've heard people say that they wish they could use Factorio for job interviews. Like they could interview somebody by making them
work in
Factorio.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's that.
All right.
Starting to pick up some steam here. Very
Jared
hardcore.
says very hardcore.
Yeah.
Sure. If I were interviewing somebody for software engineering, I totally use Factorio.
Yeah, that's definitely the context that I heard about it in. And I know a lot of software engineer people like Factorio. I'm a software engineer, but in my free time, I tend to actually just like to write software. So I'd rather just build software myself than try to build something in a game. But I'm always open to trying things. Hey, Michael Kane. And Acceleration TV official. We're getting some bots today. I don't know if Acceleration TV official is a bot, but we've gotten a couple other ones.
It's certainly a suspect title.
Yeah.
Doug Wise says, read Lego sections like this. I sometimes wonder what it would be like to sit down in the design session. Is somebody arguing for a different set of grays and dark grays or slightly different pieces?
Yep. And Acceleration TV official is definitely not a bot. And I'm not being sarcastic there. I don't think Acceleration TV is a bot. Yeah.
I'm not a robot.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah. You wonder how much of it there's a reason for of this stuff, like, and how much of it is it's just kind of random. It's hard to see the intentionality in some of this stuff. I think that's the other thing that I like about other parts of the sets is you kind of get to see the purpose of things a little bit better. Here it seems like there's a million different ways you could put those gray bricks together, and none of them really seem better than another.
Yeah.
But okay, this is kind of interesting here.
Acceleration TV official. What kind of Lego sets do you usually build? Okay. So that you wanna?
No, I'm just finding parts for you.
Thank you.
Oh, any, he says. Yeah, we do different stuff here. So lately we've been kind of doing some of these bigger, I think they call them icons sets now, but we've been doing some of those. I used to be really into Lego Star Wars, but I kind of got most of the ships at the scale that they were making, and now all of the ships that they're making are kind of in a new, smaller scale that don't really go with the ones that I have. So I haven't been collecting Lego Star Wars too much.
All right, back to you, my love.
Okay.
Michael Caine is familiar with Factorio as well.
Mm-hmm.
Says it's an amazing design.
Yeah, you never hear anything bad about Factorio.
Yeah. Jared says he did a couple of playthroughs and he's now doing the space exploration expansion. Very cool. Michael King says, last I played was before the space expansion. My factory took 3 hours to make a single rocket. Not optimized. Acceleration TV official says this already looks great.
Yeah, it's definitely got some parts to it. A little slow going at first in this part, but I feel like we're
picking up speed.
We're picking up some speed now. When there aren't a million different ways each part can go on there, then it gets faster.
Yeah.
And it gets a little bit more interesting. Okay, here. These little greebles.
Michael Caine agrees building foundations is almost always the least exciting part of a Lego set. I don't know. I like it. I think it's fun.
Well,
I like the mix of big and small pieces to create textures.
I'm trying to come up with a witty comeback, but I'm too tired.
I'll just take it that you disagree in a witty way.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
You said you like the mixture of big and small pieces. I'll say, well, your mom's a big piece.
why are you like this to me?
Yeah, Acceleration TV. So there's a couple of these sets that we've done. You might be able to see. How do I have to lean so you can see it? See Rivendell behind us. We did that one.
That one took a long
while
time
back, and that I don't know how many episodes we did.
Yeah,
but it's like the two of us taking turns. It probably
Sorry,
took
guys.
at least 10 or 12 episodes where we would build for like an hour and a half or two, right?
Mhm.
So
yeah, I don't know if we'll go that late tonight, but
yeah, and we don't like to rush.
yeah.
I don't like to, when you build Lego and a lot of what you're paying for with Lego is the process of building it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just take your time, kind of kick back, maybe talk to people.
I do not like that. It's got to go together better than that. It's just a giant gap.
It has to be a giant gap because of that little edge, right?
All right.
That's the problem with these.
Fine. It must be, then it must.
Oh, nice. Acceleration TV official subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fun. Put some green pieces, and now you can't see them at all.
What is that? Is that the base of a tree or something?
Oh yeah, there's a palm tree, isn't there?
Yeah.
So this palm tree right here is probably going to go in that little brown spot. Okay, back to you.
Okay, here we go. Picking up speed.
So Michael Caine said, it's not awful, but David's right in that you could build it in different ways. The piece sizes are mixed and overlapped to be strong, but given how many are hidden, it doesn't matter as much as exposed bricks.
Yeah. Yep.
I see.
Well, yeah, I mean, like whenever you have angle this back. Something that people talk about is in math is the idea of symmetry, and you can talk about symmetry as things being the same on two sides, but there's like a more general concept of symmetry in that when something has a certain kind of symmetry, it means that it's invariant under a certain kind of transformation. So like the classic symmetry that we know is like something is invariant when you mirror it left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's like a symmetry to the under layers of a Lego set where you could do the mirror image of it, or you could swap pieces back and forth. Like if you're trying to do that, overlapping bricks where you have the offsets, like where you're staggering them, right? And you could do the stagger and put the shorter brick on one side, or you could do the stagger and put the shorter brick on the other side. It would be functionally the same. So there's a lot of that in the bottom of the lower layers of the Lego set, where there's a lot of different ways you could do something, and it kind of doesn't matter. Whereas once you get into here, it's like there's only so many places. Like when you say, okay, we're using these bricks, there's only so many places that those could go.
Sure. There's a sense of satisfaction in putting something in the exact
place where it goes. Yeah. Whereas you're hunting for where it's going to go, and you're double checking against the picture, like, sure. It's the easiest place to goof up into.
Mm-hmm. Right? Michael Caine says, I snagged the Emperor's throne room on a heavy clearance.
Oh, nice.
Not a set I would have picked up otherwise. It's kind of small for the cost, but the building experience of the window was really cool.
Is that the diorama one? I think the newest Emperor's throne room.
Said it was worth a clearance pickup for sure. His first Lego Star Wars set I've bought in a few years.
Yeah.
And unplanned.
Well, that's the best, when you get a good deal on something that you weren't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Yeah, and he says yes, the diorama.
Yeah. I have Kylo Ren's fighter from The Last Jedi. It's like that TIE Interceptor looking ship with the really long wings that I got in clearance. I think that set was like retailed for $80, and I think I got it on clearance for like $45 or something. It's not a set that I would have bought for anywhere close to full price, but it's a pretty cool set, and I that's probably my favorite ship from the sequel trilogy. So it was a fun one to get. All right, I think this is done.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's a decent design mainly because it's just a tie interceptor, but whatever. What I want to do now, because I kind of have a more or less complete set of a lot of the classic Lego ships, is there's a couple that I'd like to go back and get, so I'm gonna have to pay extra for them because they're ones that I missed at the time. But there's a couple that I'm gonna have to go back and get, and then I'd like to maybe think about collecting some of the ships that they make for the action figures, because I have a pretty nice, I'm getting a really nice collection of Star Wars action figures from the lines from the 90s that they did. And they did a lot of really nice ships for those too. They brought back some of the best molds from the original like vintage Star Wars action figure.
There's two greens. How do I know which one this one is?
What
Is
do
it
you
this
mean?
one?
I think that's the lighter one. Hard to tell. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters.
They brought back some of the best vintage designs, and then they made some new ones that were really good. And none of those ships are like terribly expensive either. They're all like maybe under $100 in varying degrees of condition, so that's good. Yeah. I had an action fleet ship. I have the snow speeder. And the modern, there's kind of like this line that's sort of like a modern redo of the action fleet called Micro Galaxy Squadron, and I have a bunch of those. And those are pretty nice. But I'm thinking more about like the big ships that they made for the action figures. So we'll see if I ever actually commit to those and start doing it. They're big, but you can hang them from the ceiling. That's what a lot of people do. So they use fishing line and hang them from the ceiling.
Hey to Christopher Menkhouse, thank you for joining us.
Okay. Bunch of little nonsense here. Yeah, it's very hard to see in this light which goes where, but I think you can see the light green ones on top.
Yeah. So I swapped this one out for a dark one.
Yeah.
I think that's the right call there.
The annoying thing about the action fleet line was that they weren't really to scale with each other at all. Like they just kind of made them all the same size. Whereas the Micro Galaxy Squadron, they are not exactly to scale, but they are varied in size. Somewhat. So they're more in scale. Oh yes, I remember this. Michael Caine bought the B-Wing Action Fleet ship instead of the TIE Defender. The TIE Defender is one of the rarest ones of the Action Fleet. Goes for like several $100s.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're all the same size, which isn't so bad for fighters and stuff, but they made like the Millennium Falcon, which and it's like the same size
Mm.
as the fighters. And the snow speeder is oversized. It's too big because
Sure.
they
Made it
they
bigger.
scaled it up. So
Weird.
yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. That's one thing. So I'm gonna try making toys this year, and I'm gonna start talking about it because I'm actually gonna do it. And something that I want to do is kind of try to crack that nut myself. Like, not everything can be necessarily made to scale, but I want to make things that show that range of sizes.
Well, that's one of the cool things about ships is the variedness
Yes.
of them, and
Yeah.
not just details and shapes, but sizes as well. Whoops, and I did this backwards.
Well, we've talked about the scale stuff a lot. That's one thing that I really like about the some of the different action figure lines that I collect is that they do a really good job with like varying sizes. So here's the Micro Galaxy Squadron Naboo Starfighter. You can see it's really not very big in your hand. And then the Millennium Falcon, which is a really great toy. This Millennium Falcon is much, much bigger. I think the Millennium Falcon is probably not quite big enough. And you can see the cockpit is like maybe a little bit oversized on it, but it's close. It's close enough that it really feels right. They did a very good job with this. I would highly recommend this one if you can find it on sale. Just if you want a nice Millennium Falcon to sit on your shelf or something. So
Doesn't look great. Oh, yep, I guess so. Okay.
Michael Caine says that toys in the 90s were aimed at kids, so they had to be mostly similar in cost. I agree with that. But there's ways to
We got
do it both ways.
an interesting set of stairs there. Not built in a way that I have ever built stairs before.
Oh, did you get the X-Wing miniatures game, Millennium Falcon, Michael? I have that one too. That's another nice.
Oh, nice.
That's another nice Millennium Falcon. Oh, nice. And Christopher Menkhaus made cardboard models of the skiff from Jedi. That's
nice.
Cool. I made, when I was a kid, I made cardboard models of the ships and stuff from the sci-fi setting that I had when I was a kid.
Cool. Doug Wise says my wife's younger cousins are very into that Star Wars tabletop game.
It's a really, really good game. The X-Wing miniatures game.
It makes you feel like you're actually directing ships in a battle.
Yeah, it's really cool. I would recommend anybody to check it out. I guess it's discontinued now. Which makes sense because you can't just keep making. Eventually you run out of stuff to make.
Sure,
they did the second edition and made everybody buy everything again. Which I never did because the first one was fine. But yeah, they're discontinuing it now as far as I know.
That was apparently a pretty approachable rule set for minis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very,
Yeah.
very good.
Jared says that some of the original Star Wars fiction before the prequels was absolutely my favorite growing up. But he never had any toys or games from the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Caine is taken off. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay, I think that's it. There's not too much here. Can I do a couple more pieces maybe?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, nice. I see. I see. This is kind of funny. A funny piece. Never seen that before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can go now if you want.
Okie day.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of Star Wars toys when I was a kid either. Jared, I had like one Star Wars action figure, and I had a couple of the little Micro Machines play sets and that one Action Fleet ship. And then when Phantom Menace came out, I got maybe a couple more, and then I had a couple of Star Wars Lego sets, but that was it. I never had a huge collection, but I do now. Actually, it's not my collection right now isn't huge, but it's good size. And one of the great things about collecting Star Wars stuff is the stuff that there was when I was a kid is like some of the cheapest stuff to collect now, just because there was so much of it made and a lot of people bought it because they thought it was going to be worth a lot.
Well, you guys have done it.
So
I have dropped a piece.
Here, get up. Get up. Get up.
There it is.
Yeah, some of the cheapest stuff now, so it's really fun to collect because you can just think more about, what do I actually want to have versus what.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, careful. Versus what do I think is going to be worth money, or what am I getting a really good deal on, Okay.
You're over here to start.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've about had it. This is a very big thing to build out of
a single bag.
One bag. That's where that other piece is. Okay, so we're going to go here, and there.
Is that it?
I think so.
All right.
I think we're going to call it here for tonight.
Yeah.
We're a little worn out tonight. We'll come back when we have more energy. But it was fun hanging out a little bit. So Jared says, is that Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says, I've got to be honest, never had the disposable income to collect much of anything since I've been an adult. My priority has been elsewhere. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way until maybe a couple years ago. And I've enjoyed it, but it definitely can take a lot of money. And I think the key is to just budget. So the way we do it is we have we just have sort of miscellaneous entertainment and hobby budgets that we each have, and we don't really run over for any reason except for by mutual agreement, which we don't do very often. And then that way you end up taking your time collecting things. You don't buy too much at once, and but then over the period of a few years you end up building up a really nice collection, and that's fun. So,
and we do one of our categories is miscellaneous entertainment together, and sometimes that's used for dates, but most of the time it's for stuff like this where we
Yep.
can something that we can enjoy together.
Yep. Or if we just like, there's this really cool toy and collectible shop that we go visit, and sometimes like if we both just find some stuff there that we want, we'll just be like, oh yeah, we'll just buy it and charge it to that category.
Yep.
But I think budgeting is key, and then also just, you know, deciding that you're not going to buy everything,
Right.
because it's like it would be very easy to just start getting into way too many different things. So like trying to focus in on something particular, like before you jump into collecting, kind of looking at it and seeing, okay, is this something that I want to collect the whole thing of? If so, is that financially realistic? If not, am I going to be aggravated by the fact that there's going to be a couple pieces that I really want that are going to be too expensive? You know, am I willing to deal with that? All that stuff to consider when collecting, but it can be a lot of fun too. All right, well, thanks for coming, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Have a great night.